If you're feeling heaviness in your legs, swelling, or noticing blue veins protruding from your skin, what I'm about to share could completely change your quality of life. Because there are 7 things that most of us eat every day that are silently destroying our circulatory system. And worse yet, after age 50, our bodies become many times more vulnerable to these foods. But before I reveal the list of the 7 most dangerous enemies, I want you to know that there are 5 natural solutions proven by science that can reverse this condition. Yes, you heard that right. Reverse, not just improve. And I'll share everything with you right after we understand what's harming our bodies. Dangerous food number 1: refined flours. So, what is the first dangerous food? It's something present in almost every American meal. I'm talking about refined flour. And I know this sounds hard to believe, but let me explain why cardiologists call them white bricks that are slowly building walls in your arteries. When they process wheat, they take away everything of value. The fiber disappears, the vitamins disappear, the minerals disappear. What's left is just a lifeless white powder. And what happens next in your body is truly alarming. This powder converts to blood sugar at a dizzying speed. Your insulin spikes. And here's what many people don't realize: after many years, your cells begin to resist insulin. When this happens, sugar can't enter the cells anymore. It has to go somewhere else. And where it ends up is in your belly, accumulating as dangerous visceral fat. But the story doesn't stop there. This visceral fat doesn't just sit idle. It's like a small chemical factory constantly pumping inflammatory substances into your blood. These substances attack the arterial walls, making them stiff and losing their ability to dilate. And this is exactly why your circulation gets progressively worse. White bread, white rice, pasta, sugary breakfast cereals, cookies, cakes all contain these refined flours. And here's what worries me most: they're addictive. Have you ever wondered why you can't stop eating bread or cookies? It's because they don't satisfy you. Your body is still hungry for nutrients, but doesn't find any in these foods. So the cycle keeps repeating: more white bread, more sugar, more insulin, more belly fat, and with it, more inflammation and worse circulation. I've challenged hundreds of my patients to do a simple experiment: eliminate refined flour for just 1 week, just 7 days. Replace it with truly whole grain options. And the results always surprise them. They report fewer cravings, more energy, less fatigue. And many people start to notice reduced swelling in their legs and feet. Dangerous food number 2: foods rich in oxalates. Now, the second dangerous food may be controversial because many people think they're very healthy. I'm talking about foods rich in oxalates. Sounds technical, doesn't it? But think of them as tiny glass shards scratching the inside of your blood vessels. These small crystals irritate the delicate lining of your arteries, causing inflammatory reactions and tissue damage. And here's what confuses many people: healthy foods like spinach, chard, and almonds all contain high levels of oxalates. But wait, before you stop eating spinach, I need to tell you this. The problem isn't the spinach. The problem is how we prepare it. If you steam spinach for 8 minutes, the heat will eliminate most of the oxalates. It's that simple. And here's why I don't want you to eliminate these foods. Spinach and other dark leafy greens are also extremely rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 essential minerals that help regulate blood pressure, dilate blood vessel walls, and maintain good blood flow. So oxalates don't necessarily have to be your enemy. Just cook them. As for almonds, the trick is to soak them overnight to remove these anti-nutrients. Before we continue to the next dangerous food, if you're finding this information valuable, hit that hype button on your phone right now. It helps this video reach more people who desperately need this information to save their circulation. Dangerous food number 3: trans fats. Now we come to the third food, and this is what truly concerns me with my patients: trans fats. Imagine a hard piece of chewing gum stuck inside a water pipe. That's exactly how trans fats work in your arteries. The scary thing about these fats is that they were created in a laboratory. They don't exist in nature. Food companies invented them to make cookies last longer, potato chips crispier, but our bodies don't know what to do with them. And unlike refined flour that dissolves easily, trans fats don't go away. They can remain in your cells and tissues for years, slowly causing blockages and altering blood flow. When you consume trans fats, you increase your LDL levels, the bad cholesterol. But not only that, they also decrease HDL, the good cholesterol that functions to clean your circulatory system. In other words, you create an environment where bad cholesterol accumulates uncontrolled and good cholesterol can't do its job. Trans fats hide mainly in ultra-processed foods, cookies, margarine, potato chips, frozen meals, and even in industrial breads and pastries. So, if you want healthy circulation, the ideal is to eliminate trans fats from your diet. If you buy processed foods, read the labels and look for words like partially hydrogenated or hydrogenated. If you see any of these words in the ingredient list, there they are right in front of you. Dangerous food number 4, sugar. The fourth food is something I know many people don't want to hear. But I have to be honest with you because your health depends on it. I'm talking about sugar. Sugar releases dopamine, the hormone of happiness and pleasure that hooks us and attracts us like a magnet. But the harsh reality is that sugar acts like a toxin to endothelial cells, the thin layer lining your blood vessels. Over time, sugar inflames and erodes the walls of your arteries and veins. The result is that blood flow becomes slower. The heart has to work harder to pump blood, and the risk of hypertension and other cardiovascular diseases increases. But that's not all. We know that over time, sugar can lead to prediabetes and diabetes. And one of the main damages that appears here is peripheral vascular disease, which affects the blood vessels of the legs and feet. And this is exactly why many people with diabetes eventually face serious circulation problems in their legs. The thing with sugar is that it hides in many foods. From sugary drinks and desserts to packaged products, breakfast cereals, and commercial sauces. We're facing an invisible enemy that camouflages itself in foods we think are harmless. But once you become aware, you can beat it by choosing natural options without added sugar. In your kitchen, you can replace sugar with healthy alternatives like dates or berries that will sweeten your life without the negative consequences of sugar. The key is to gradually learn to enjoy natural flavors and create a healthy relationship with food where you don't depend on sugar to feel good. Dangerous food number 5, alcohol. Now, before I reveal the last 2 foods that are destroying your circulation and the 5 powerful natural solutions that can reverse the damage, I need to tell you about a drink that most people think is harmless when consumed in moderation. But the latest research shows something completely different. I'm talking about alcohol. At the moment of consumption, it can create a feeling of well-being, of relaxation. But the reality inside your body is quite different. Alcohol is activating your sympathetic nervous system, your stress response. With alcohol, the heart starts beating faster, blood pressure increases, and the liver works overtime to eliminate it. This liquid triggers a series of negative reactions that erode your arteries. First, it weakens them, making them more prone to damage and inflammation. It turns them into something like a thin fabric that frays easily. Then it promotes the formation of blood clots that obstruct blood flow and increase cardiovascular risk. The thing is that sometimes we deceive ourselves with the false idea that only large amounts of alcohol are harmful. But the damage accumulates over time, even if you only consume alcohol occasionally. Now, the good news is that the body has a great capacity for regeneration. If you stop consuming alcohol daily, you'll give your body a break. Of course, having a glass of wine or a beer at an event with friends doesn't have to make a difference. Here I'm talking about the daily consumption of this toxin. Dangerous food number 6, excess sodium. And now, the 7th dangerous food. This is something many of us consume every day without realizing what it's doing to our veins. I'm talking about excess sodium. Now, let me clarify this. Sodium is essential for life. Our bodies need it. But the problem is that most of us are consuming 3 to 4 times the amount we need. And this creates a perfect storm for circulation problems. When you have too much sodium in your blood, your body retains water to dilute it. This increases blood volume, and your heart has to work harder to pump all this excess fluid. The pressure in your blood vessels increases. And over time, this constant pressure damages the walls of your arteries and veins. But here's the really dangerous part for circulation. Excess sodium makes your veins lose their ability to contract properly. This means blood pools in the legs, causing swelling, heaviness, and eventually varicose veins. And like sugar, sodium hides everywhere. Processed foods, canned soups, deli meats, sauces, even bread. A regular slice of bread can contain over 200 milligrams of sodium. And we should only consume about 1,500 milligrams per day after age 50. So now you know the 7 enemies: refined flour, improperly prepared oxalate rich foods, trans fats, sugar, alcohol, and excess sodium. But here's the good news I promised you from the beginning. There are 5 powerful natural foods that can not only protect your circulation, but actually reverse some of the damage that has occurred. And I've seen this work with hundreds of my patients. Healing food number 1: garlic. This is a small bulb with an arsenal of anti inflammatory substances for your arterial walls, eliminating blood clots and keeping your blood flowing more easily. Garlic contains allicin, a sulfur compound that gives it that characteristic aroma and works as a powerful anti inflammatory agent. Think of inflammation as a fire inside the body, consuming oxygen, damaging tissues, and slowing circulation. Allicin helps extinguish that fire, calming inflammation and allowing blood to circulate more freely. Beyond allicin, garlic is also a natural multivitamin, offering vitamin C, vitamin B6, selenium, and other minerals that support immunity and circulation. It also helps prevent the formation of blood clots and even relaxes blood vessel walls, producing a gentle vasodilation that can lower blood pressure. However, because garlic naturally thins the blood, it can become risky for people taking anticoagulant medications such as warfarin or those preparing for surgery, since it may enhance bleeding. Individuals with sensitive stomachs, gastritis, or reflux may also find raw garlic too irritating and should use cooked garlic instead. To consume it safely, you can incorporate 1 clove of crushed raw garlic per day into your meals, letting it rest for 10 minutes before eating it so the allicin can fully form. Healing food number 2: pomegranate. The second food is a true red jewel, an antioxidant treasure with extraordinary power for circulation. Inside its rough exterior lie hundreds of bright seeds, each one carrying nutrients and protective compounds. Pomegranate contains pinicalagin, a potent polyphenol that shields the cells of your blood vessels from oxidative stress and fights free radicals that accelerate aging in your veins and arteries. These pinicalagins also help dilate blood vessels, improving blood flow and gently reducing blood pressure. With its high vitamin C content and natural potassium, pomegranate strengthens immunity, supports tissue repair, and contributes to healthy pressure regulation. Yet there is an important consideration. Pomegranate, much like grapefruit, can interfere with the liver enzymes responsible for metabolizing certain medications. This slowing of drug breakdown can cause blood pressure medications or statins to remain in the bloodstream longer than intended, increasing the risk of side effects such as drops in blood pressure or muscle pain. For this reason, people taking these medications should consult their doctor before consuming pomegranate regularly. For those who are not on such medications, the best way to enjoy pomegranate is to eat the fresh seeds rather than juice them, since juicing removes valuable fiber. 1 medium pomegranate per day is an excellent dose. Healing food number 3: turmeric. This golden spice, deeply rooted in traditional Indian medicine, has long been valued for its remarkable ability to soothe inflammation, protect the heart, and enhance circulation. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, carries impressive anti-inflammatory strength, especially against chronic inflammation that silently harms the circulatory system. However, curcumin by itself is poorly absorbed by the body and needs the help of piperine from black pepper to increase absorption many times over. This combination allows curcumin to reach cells more effectively and significantly increases its impact. Even with its many advantages, turmeric is not suitable for everyone. Curcumin stimulates the gallbladder to contract, which can be harmful for people who have gallstones or blocked bile ducts, as it may trigger intense abdominal pain. High intake of turmeric can also reduce iron absorption, making it unsuitable for individuals with iron deficiency. Pregnant women should avoid concentrated turmeric supplements and use only small culinary amounts. For daily use, Adding turmeric along with a pinch of black pepper to stews, soups, and sauces, or preparing a warm golden milk is an excellent and safe way to enjoy its benefits as long as the body responds comfortably. Healing food number 4, beets. The fourth healing food is the beet, a vibrant red root with a sweet, earthy flavor and remarkable circulatory benefits. Beets support cardiovascular health by revitalizing blood flow, cleansing arteries, and strengthening the heart. They are an exceptional source of natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels, allowing blood to circulate more freely while reducing blood pressure. Beets also contain antioxidants such as betaine and vitamin C, along with fiber, potassium, and folic acid, all of which contribute to strong cardiovascular protection. There is an important detail to consider. Beets are among the highest oxalate containing foods, which means that people with a history of kidney stones, especially calcium oxalate stones, may experience a recurrence if they consume beets or beet juice too frequently. Additionally, beet juice can lower blood pressure quite rapidly and may cause dizziness or faintness in people whose pressure is already normal or low. Because juice and whole beets offer similar circulatory benefits, it is best to eat them whole whenever possible in order to take advantage of their fiber. For active individuals, however, a small amount of beet juice taken about 30 minutes before exercise can enhance performance since the sugar in the juice is used immediately by the muscles. Healing food number 5, cinnamon. The final healing food is cinnamon, an ancient spice capable of profoundly supporting vascular health. Research shows that cinnamon can reduce arterial stiffness when consumed consistently, helping blood pressure naturally decline over the course of several weeks. The daily intake of 1.5 grams of Ceylon cinnamon has also been shown to lower triglycerides and LDL cholesterol, enhancing the ability of the arteries to transport oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. What many people do not realize is that there are two types of cinnamon and they are not equally safe. Ceylon cinnamon is gentle and offers the benefits mentioned above, while cassia cinnamon, which is more common in stores, contains high levels of coumarin. When consumed regularly in high amounts, coumarin can burden the liver and even cause long-term damage. For this reason, it is essential to choose Ceylon cinnamon rather than cassia when using cinnamon as a daily therapeutic food. Remember that the best gift you can give your blood vessels is to stop sabotaging them with harmful substances and start nourishing them with these 5 wonderful natural foods. Your body has an amazing ability to heal when you give it the right tools. Take good care of yourself. After discovering both the 7 foods that silently damage your circulation and the 5 healing foods that work to restore it, you now hold a complete map of what helps your blood vessels thrive and what slowly destroys them. The harmful foods you learned about reveal how easily daily choices can inflame the arteries, thicken the blood, weaken vessel walls, and gradually place enormous pressure on the heart. On the other hand, the healing foods show how powerfully nature can reverse the same damage, calming inflammation, improving blood flow, protecting the arteries, and supporting long-term cardiovascular health. The key is balance and awareness. What you add to your diet matters, but what you remove can be just as important. When you consciously reduce the foods that burden your circulation and begin introducing the ones that nourish it, your body responds with more energy, clearer thinking, steadier blood pressure, and a sense of vitality that can be felt throughout the entire system. This journey also highlights an often forgotten truth. Even the healthiest foods can become harmful if used in the wrong ways or in the wrong amounts, just as harmful foods may go unnoticed until too much damage has accumulated. Understanding your personal health conditions, being mindful of medication interactions, listening to your body, and making slow, consistent changes will help you transform these insights into real improvements you can feel every single day. Your circulatory system is not fixed in one state. It is always responding to your choices, and with the right guidance, it can begin to heal, strengthen, and support you for years to come. If this video helped you understand your body better and gave you new tools to protect your circulation, make sure to like the video so the message reaches more people who need it. Subscribe to the channel to follow the next chapters, where we dive deeper into natural healing, nutrition, and long-term heart health. And leave a comment below sharing which of the 7 harmful foods surprised you the most, or which of the 5 healing foods you plan to start using first. Your interaction helps this community grow and motivates me to keep creating content that supports your health in the most practical and effective way possible. Your journey toward better circulation continues, and I am here to guide you every step of the way.